For many, May 1st is May Day, known nationwide as a day for demonstrations and demonstrators to take the streets. 23 ABC's Brandon Johansson live at Mill Creek Park, where a Kern County version of that march taking place earlier today. Brandon?
Yeah, Tim, in years past, the May Day marches have often been associated with the farm workers movement. While there was definitely a lot of that group represented here today, they weren't the only ones. They were joined by others, in fact, hundreds of others, all of them here at Mill Creek Park for different reasons, but all of them united by a single word: resist. Si se puede. The slogan of the United Farm Workers was a rallying cry today. One of many rallying cries, actually, for many different issues.
Environmental issues,
LGBTQ rights, union rights.
Mona Sidhu and her booth are proof of the diversity of today's May Day march in downtown Bakersfield.
I've been handing out feed for the ducks.
She's part of the Kern Audubon Society, marching today for environmental awareness and shoulder to shoulder with others, trying to get the attention of the president on any number of issues.
I think the reason so many different people here are together is because so much action has been taken by this administration that threatens so many different groups of people.
It's all part of May Day, a day of resistance where demonstrators take to the streets every year on May 1st across the country. The day is also known as International Workers' Day, with the UFW hosting marches in Arvin and Delano today as well. But the downtown march was about coming together, no matter what or who you're marching for.
It's not only just me or my daughter, but it's you, it's your daughter, it's my friends, my family members.
and I think this march is a reflection of all the people who don't feel like they're being valued or listened to and are going to be the losers in this administration unless we resist.
Resist, the word of the day. But the phrase of the day, well,
Un pueblo, una lucha.
there were quite a few.
Tell me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like.
Now that march started here at Mill Creek Park, then went down to the courthouse, ended up back here at Mill Creek Park. They were here until about 3 p.m. You may have seen them. Meanwhile, President Trump declared today Loyalty Day to reaffirm and recognize our allegiance to the principles that America was founded on. For now, from downtown Bakersfield, Brandon Johansson, 23 ABC News.
Across the country and here at home, protests were held to mark May Day today. It's also known as International Workers' Day. In past year, the day has sparked global protests in favor of workers' rights, and organizers have encouraged people to skip work and school.
And here at home, hundreds of people took over the streets of Bakersfield, and it was not just for one reason. Eyewitness News reporter Suzette Reynoso was at the local May Day march and has their message.
Hundreds of people from different walks of life marched side by side throughout downtown Bakersfield today. In the past, May Day has been supported by organizers of labor movements who have fought for things like 8-hour workdays and unions. But today's event was a little different.
We're here to resist, and we're here to fight, and we're here to say that we're not going anywhere.
Resistance. That was a central theme of today's event. Randy Villegas, who is a head organizer for the May Day Resistance Committee, says they are taking a stand for many issues that affect our community and our nation.
This wasn't just a coalition of immigrant rights groups. This was Bakersfield LGBTQ. These are labor unions out here. These are people who are advocating for health for all. These are people who are advocating for better access to mental health. And I think that collaborative effort and that group effort to resist is what makes it great.
But not everyone at the rally agreed with the message.
I think incredible nonsense.
Susan Priest is a retired Kern County employee, and she's a member of a union. But she says she's not happy with some of the things her union is now supporting.
This whole approach of sanctuary cities and the immigration as it is, because it is civil disobedience. It is not lawful.
Whether people call it civil disobedience or resistance, organizers say all they want is to shine light on the issues that they feel passionate about.
I think that sends a message that we contribute to this economy. We live here, we love where we live, and we want it to be a better place for not only ourselves, but for everybody in our community.
Reporting in Bakersfield, Suzette Reynoso, Eyewitness News.
Our top story this hour, the streets of Bakersfield were teeming with protesters and marchers today as workers around the world joined forces for May Day. 17's Danny Freeman was right out there in the middle of it all and joins us now with details on what is normally known as a day to stand for labor rights. Danny?
Hundreds of people of all ages came out this afternoon to protest and march for a number of issues on this May Day, May 1st. From immigration reform to labor rights, from health care to gender equality. Protesters and community members filled the streets of downtown Bakersfield Monday, chanting a familiar slogan. All in honor of May Day, joining thousands across the country celebrating workers' and laborers' rights. Today's event focusing heavily on the policies of President Trump. And according to Randy Villegas, the head coordinator of the May Day Resistance Committee, much more.
So we really hope to advocate for our vulnerable communities. We're here to advocate not just for immigration reform, but for a very progressive slate of ideas that we've put together, including health care for all, guaranteeing health care for all, a path to immigration reform with a path to citizenship, making sure we're fighting for a livable wage, and making sure we're fighting for a better Kern County and better Bakersfield. Businesses closed across the city in support of the day, including the large Mercado Latino. Fahima Salahuddin kept her daughters out of school today because she wanted them to be a part of the movement.
It's important because I'm a member of this community. I'm a Muslim, I'm a woman, I'm black, and I am from a traditionally three-part marginalized group. And so as a result of that, it is my obligation to stand up and fight for myself, my daughters, and for people like us and for people who are not like us, who are still oppressed.
With many, such as Foothill High student Gemily Gamero, joining to stand up to the Trump administration.
Well, I have family that's illegal immigrants, and I'm a girl, and I feel like it is important for everyone to have rights, and that not one person can just come and try to take them away.
The main march went from Mill Creek Park to the Liberty Bell in front of the courthouse, and the event was largely peaceful, according to BPD. Danny Freeman, 17 News.